All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Planning Commission meeting. I'm Marty Dahl, Community and Economic Development Director for the City of Victoria. The Planning Commission has returned to meeting in person in the City Council chambers, and the intention is for this committee to continue to meet in person or in a hybrid in-person virtual model for as long as it's safe to do so. We have implemented social distancing and mask requirements for those joining us in the chambers. Members of the public are also invited back to the chambers for these public meetings, but please note that seating is limited for social distancing purposes. So those wishing to attend a meeting in person in the future are asked to please register in advance electronically via email or using our online form. That form can be found at victoria.civicweb.net/portal under the meeting participation heading. You can also email mdahl@ci.victoria.mn.us. Public comment can also still be submitted using those methods. Tonight's meeting does include a public hearing. Testimony during the public hearing can be provided in person in the chambers, or it can also be provided by calling the following number: 1-408-418-9388 and entering meeting ID 182-613-0373. Again, that's 1-408-418-9388 and meeting ID 182-613-0373. A quorum of Planning Commission members are participating in this meeting in person. And lastly, we are airing this meeting live on Victoria's YouTube channel as well as Mediacom Channel 8 and are also recording so it can be viewed later on demand. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty. I will now call this meeting to order. Our first order of business is to adopt the agenda for tonight's meeting. Do we have anybody on WebEx yet? Okay. So being that we have all our members here, we will go with our standard yay and nay voting. Commissioners, is there a motion to adopt the final agenda?
I make a motion to adopt the final agenda.
Thank you, Commissioner Kuhn. Is there a second?
I second that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Swarning. I have a motion from Commissioner Kuhn, seconded by Commissioner Swarning. I will, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is to adopt the minutes from our February 2nd, 2021 Planning Commission meeting. Commissioners, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve. Oh, sorry. Motion to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Pedersen. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Iverson. I have a motion by Commissioner Pedersen, seconded by Commissioner Iverson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries. We are now moving to our discussion items. We have one item for discussion and action on our agenda tonight. This does include a public hearing. This is item 3.1, updated official zoning map for the City of Victoria. Before I open the public hearing, I will turn this over to our Economic Development Director, Marty Dahl, for staff presentations.
Thank you, Chair, members of the Commission. Yes, we are presenting a proposed update to the City of Victoria's official zoning map tonight. This item does include a public hearing, as you noted. So Victoria Zoning Code Section 16-3 and Section 18-3 require that locations and boundaries of all zoning districts are established in an official zoning map. The ordinance also notes that all properties shall abide by those zoning designations shown on the map and that the City Council may, by ordinance, adopt, amend, or repeal its official zoning map. The most recent map that is currently adopted was revised November 16th, 2018. So we're about 3 years old with that map that's currently on the books. As many of you have been part of the Planning Commission since that time, you will know that several properties, particularly in the southeast corner of Victoria, have been rezoned primarily from ag to either R1 or R2 since that time through development. Typically, you you will note that in the city council's approval of that rezoning, they will make a note that the official map does not need to be updated at the time of that zoning approval, and that's just to essentially put that zoning into place until such time these zoning map updates are made. So as noted, there is an updated map dated 1/26/2021 that was included as part of your packet. That incorporates only those changes to properties that have been previously rezoned by the city council when they are approving rezoning with plats, either preliminary or final plats as they come through. That does include some Laketown development, Wasserman Lake Woods, and Marsh Point developments are the properties that have been rezoned since the last map update. This is a little small, but I'll open up the larger map in just a second, but you can see the area circled down there in the southeast corner is the area where changes have been made. And again, those changes were primarily from ag to either R1 or R2. I say primarily because one of the Laketown developments was rezoned from R1 to R2 earlier. And just to give you a little closer look, I will pull that map up. So you can see these are the properties down here that have changed from green or one of these parcels here in tan in color to the orange R2 color, or the most recent Laketown 16th edition, which has been zoned R1. You may recall that the city recently in the last 2 years changed its R2 zoning regulations. So R2 had for some time the ability to have single family homes in an R2 district. That has changed to now just a twin home zoning district. However, the code does retain the bulk regulations, setbacks information for the single family homes that were zoned R2 during that time. So the R2 designation in the future will only be used for twin home, multifamily home, but we do retain the code language that governs how these single family homes in R2 are seen. So let me pull my presentation back up. And then with that, Chair and Planning Commissioners, that concludes my presentation. And as I noted, this is a ordinance update that the City Council will be considering, so it does require a public hearing.
Alyssa, do we have anyone joining us remotely?
Chair, we do not.
Okay. I will still open the public meeting. So I'll now open the public meeting. Is there anyone in the chamber or on the line that would like to comment on our meeting? Going once, going twice. Hearing no additional public input, Commissioners, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Iverson, seconded by Commissioner Kuhn. Any further discussion? No. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay. Hearing none. Thank you. Motion carries. The public portion of the meeting is closed. I'll now open the floor to the commissioners. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments? You know, Marty, looking at this myself, I didn't see anything that stood out. Looks like everything that's already being done. Is there anything we should pay, extra special attention to?
There is not, Chair, Commissioners. There's no zoning change that has been snuck in to the map in the last 3 years. It is all just properties that have already been rezoned by the City Council through ordinance with development.
Yeah, look pretty straightforward. So I'll offer again, any further discussion? No? Then I will ask for a motion.
I would make a motion to recommend that the City Council adopt the updated City of Victoria official zoning map as presented.
Thank you, Commissioner Iverson. Is there a second?
I second that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Schwarting. I have a motion made by Commissioner Iverson, seconded by Commissioner Sorensen. Schwarting. Did I say Sorensen the first time? No, I hope not. Schwarting. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nay. Hearing none. Motion carries. That concludes our discussion items for this evening. We'll move on to the miscellaneous section. Staff, do you have any miscellaneous items for us?
Yes, Chair, Commissioners, again, just kind of an update on our calendar over the next couple of months. Hopefully, we all can appreciate that tonight's meeting will be relatively short because I believe that our next few will be quite a bit longer. We've got several development projects coming forward. We do have several complete applications, so just, and again, note all of these are tentative, just in case something comes up between now and then, but we currently have scheduled for our next meeting a sketch plat review of the ISD 112 property on 78th and Cochia. That is a development by Pulte Development for single-family homes that will include rezoning and a comp plan amendment as it is currently guided institutional as it was originally intended to be a location for a school. We're also hoping to continue our tree preservation discussion at that meeting. The following meeting, March 16th, we did receive another sketch plat application for the Highlands at Marsh Lake. Some of you may know that more commonly as we've referred to it over the years as the Meat Cutters property. That is also a sketch plat for 40 or so single-family homes, so we'll be bringing that forward for review in March. We also did receive an application for a conditional use permit amendment for the property at 7600 Victoria Drive, so that is also tentatively scheduled for our March 16th meeting. And then potentially, we did receive a preliminary plat application for the Rolling Hills development, which is south of Marsh Lake Road. That one may potentially also be on the March 16th meeting, depending on how quickly review can be completed. If not March 16th, that will be heard on the April 6th meeting. Of course, on April 6th, we will also be appointing chair and vice chair. That is when there will be new members of the Planning Commission coming on board, and we are tentatively scheduling, depending on schedules that will work out with both returning and new members, a workshop an hour or so before the regular meeting for a new member orientation. And then as we get through April, we'll be hoping to continue our downtown parking discussion as well as bringing forward some of the subdivision ordinance discussions. So a very busy schedule coming up the next couple of months.
All right. Commissioners, any miscellaneous items? I'll add one. Watching last week's city council meeting, I guess on behalf of the Planning Commission, I would like to welcome our new appointed city council member, Alvin Hebert, I believe it's pronounced. So we can all be the first to congratulate him. I think he's being sworn in next week, so congratulations, new city council member, Alvin Hebert. With that, we will close tonight's meeting. Do I have a motion to close?
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Iverson. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Pedersen. I have a motion by Commissioner Iverson, seconded by Commissioner Pedersen. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, meeting is closed. Thank you.